Good morning, Trinity family. This is your music director, Chris Tico. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're safe from the rains that just happened this week. Pray for those who are less fortunate than we are in this situation. So sometimes when we're going through difficult things, we think that there's something wrong with us because we're not dealing with it better. And sometimes what that means is we just have to lean into Jesus a little more. We have to just depend on God's word and remember the promises that God has for us. This reminds me of an old hymn that's a favorite, and I want to share it with you this morning. How firm a foundation, ye saints of the Lord, is laid for your faith in God's excellent word. In other words, the things we need to know to help us get by in these trials are in God's word. And we have to go to that word to help us handle all the situations that might come about. What more can God say than to you God hath said, to you who for refuge to Jesus hath fled? I think we have to also then be willing to go to God and say, I need your help. Not just think, okay, well, God's taking care of me and I don't need to say anything back. No, it's a relationship, and he needs for us to come to him regularly because he's in charge. He's the King of Kings. Fear not, I am with thee, O be not dismayed, for I am thy God, and will still give thee aid. I'll strengthen and help thee, and cause thee to stand, upheld by my righteous, omnipotent hand. So there he admits, I'm in charge. I can do these things, but you have to come to me. These next two verses are very telling. When through the deep waters I call thee to go, the rivers of woe shall not thee overflow. And the book says he's never going to give us more than we can handle. And I know some friends who have been through a lot and they question that verse. But that's what God promises. And they're still here to witness to the tough time that they went through. In other words, God did help them through. They're just having to work through it themselves. When through the fiery trials thy pathway shall lie, my grace all sufficient shall be thy supply. The flame shall not hurt thee, I only design thy dross to consume and thy gold to refine. In other words, those fiery trials are are situations where we're being refined to who God needs us to be. And then at the end, the soul that on Jesus leans for repose. In other words, if we rest on Jesus, if we depend on Jesus, this is how we'll get the peace we need. I will not desert to its foes. That soul, though all hell should endeavor to shake, I'll never, no never, no never forsake. Powerful, powerful words. I hope you'll remember that God has not forsaken you no matter what the trial is that you walk through, and that we are in this together as a community of faith, and we all need to look up and pray. Peace be with you today.